9:33, Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
Hello.
Here on the Todd and Don Show. 512-836-0590. Jane, she's on the road right now. Jane, good morning. What you got?
Hi, Jane.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
I work for the funeral home business. So I'm constantly on the road.
And employed. You're constantly employed.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. So I see a lot of accidents. I see a lot of, just crazy driving all the time. But it was just so funny. I listen to you guys every morning, so I love y'all. By the way,
Thank you.
Get me through this crazy day at work.
You got a body in the back there right now?
I've got cremated remains, so we're good.
Who is it? Can you mention names?
I'm telling you, that is full. It's not disclosed. I cannot disclose that.
Gotcha.
But anyway, it was just crazy. I had a lady that cut me off, and she just road raged the whole entire way that I'm on First Street.
Wow.
And she had a child in the car.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like, I put this out here because I don't know what difference it's going to make, but Austin, please be careful. I see deaths all the time in regards to people just drive stupid, and then they have all these road rages.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm in business all the time, but that part could be, avoidable. We're supposed to take care of people that are 100 years old that lived a long life, not from somebody that's just so stupid driving.
So you're driving. You got the cremated remains in the back seat. Did you have to pump your brakes? Somebody cut you?
Yes.
Did
the brakes,
Did it fall out of the seat? Did it fall?
No, they're secure. You're missing the point.
No.
All right, I'm just curious. Don't tell us who you work for or anything, but are you what they call the first call? I mean, you go to the hospital.
Not my particular role. There's several people that have certain roles. We all have different hats.
Yeah.
But yes, I did that at one point when I first got it. I've been doing the business for about 10 years, pre-need, at need, and then I decided about a year ago, almost 2 years ago, to start working in a care center. And when I tell people, this is not a game. I mean, it's just so stupid to drive as ridiculous as you can, and then you come into my care, and I'm looking at 19-year-olds, or I'm looking at babies, and it's just because they're crazy people out there.
It's a serious problem. I hear what you're saying. Jane. I appreciate your call. Thank you very much.
Oh, man.
All right, thank you.
Jane is like an Uber driver, and the passengers never talk.
They never do. It's like she has the perfect passengers. Oh, God, I bet she's got stories.
I had a friend in college, my first year in college at Hardin Simmons in Abilene. He was what they call a first call guy.
Yeah.
He actually lived at the funeral home.
Right.
Upstairs. In fact, the elevator would go through his living room to the bottom floor to the embalming room. He was the first call guy.
Wow.
He drove the hearse to go to pick up bodies at hospitals and old folks' homes. He actually lived at the funeral home himself.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That smell of embalming fluid.
Just not even a smell, just weird and scary.
Yeah.
Just weird.
Yeah, I'm sure there would always just be kind of something in the air. The craziest show I ever did, waiter show, craziest group I ever had, funeral home directors.
They're a wild
in
bunch,
Houston,
man.
Funeral Home Director Association of Texas or something like that.
They're crazy, man.
It was insane.
It's a weird.
These people,
they're different people, man.
They were having a blast. They cut loose, man, and they drink.
Yeah.
They drink.
Oh, well, yeah. You would too.
They were a great crowd.
Kay in Central Austin. Good morning.
Good morning. I had a road rage incident just happened to me this week, and I was on 35th and getting onto Mopac going south, and this car got on my bumper. I mean, like actually touched my bumper.
What?
And
man.
And I slowed down to try to move, and this was on the little roundy round from 35th to get onto Mopac, where you have to kind of go over and you have to make that little loop.
Right there at Camp Mabry, yep.
Yeah, so I tried to move, and it's not very wide there. I tried to move over so this insane person could go around me, and when I moved over, he moved over. And so when I got to the to the yield sign there to, get onto the access road to try to get onto Mopac, I stopped and just stayed stopped to let him go around me, and he would not go around me. So so when I could proceed, I proceeded, and then he got right on my bumper, hit me in the bumper.
Oh man!
Moved over, and I tried to move over, and he hit the back rear quarter panel, hit my side mirror on purpose.
God.
I mean, just came and hit me,
Wow.
and then sped off 100 miles an hour. And so I took out after him to get his license plate.
Yeah.
And
that's dangerous. That's dangerous, by the way.
Well,
But I understand it. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, when somebody purposely hits you like that.
Yes.
And so, but here's the thing that your listeners need to know as far what the police department told me, because I got the license plate, took a picture of this blue Explorer with handicap plates, got his license plate number and everything. Now, so I contact 311. I tell them, I just had a road rage incident. I did everything possible that I would know to do, logically, move over, try to let him go around me. He purposely hit me, and I had the license plate, and so then I get a letter, and so I filed it. Right. So I get a letter in the mail from the police department that says, basically what it said is, well, I'm sorry, just because you had the license plate doesn't really mean anything, because we can't determine who the driver is unless you got a picture of the driver and could identify the driver, then we have no recourse whatsoever.
Wow.
That was the letter I got.
Wow.
Which I was really surprised, because Chief Brian Manley, said with these road rage incidents, you're supposed to report it and everything. But if you report it and they're not going to do anything,
yeah,
then where do you go from there?
I totally get your frustration. Absolutely. I have a feeling, Kay,
Dang.
and maybe Chief Manley is listening. He could call the show at 512-836-0590. I have a feeling they get a lot of these reports, and it's hard to chase them all down.
Well, but when you get a license plate,
That's
we
true.
know who did it.
Right.
We know which vehicle did it.
Yeah.
And so I did report it to my insurance company, because it screwed up my rear quarter panel.
Sure.
And my insurance company said, did you file a police report? I said, yes, I filed a police report, but it doesn't matter, because they didn't really take a report as such, because I can't identify who the person was driving. The windows were really dark, and so there was no way for me to see the person. Plus, I never thought, let me speed up and get next to this crazy person and take a picture of his face.
I would think at the very least, if you had a license plate, they could reach out to the owner of the vehicle and say, hey, were you driving? If not, who was driving your vehicle at this time? And
what I was told was, they don't have to, A, they don't have to admit it, B, they don't have to tell you who was driving. And I said, well, I have the picture of the person, the license plate and the picture of the car and everything. And they said, well, we'll try to do it. It's been weeks it's been a week or whatever. They haven't, there's nothing. So I don't know what's going to happen with it.
Yeah,
I'm kind of waiting, but I'm interested to know what the police department would say. What is our recourse as drivers on the streets of Austin, paying an enormous amount of tax dollars to
Dawn has Van Ross.
What is our recourse when we have crazy people like this? Just purposely damaging your vehicle.
I think what the police department would say to you if you were hit in that situation, I think they would probably tell you, Kay, you probably shouldn't chase them down. Which would be making the problem worse.
Oh, absolutely.
But I totally hear your frustration. More and more people are actually installing cameras on their vehicle, like they do in Russia.
Yeah.
They're required to
Dash
have them. And I see it all the time on Austin Reddit, people posting their own videos that they've seen crashes and incidents. I think you're going to see more of that on Austin streets, people installing those cameras.
And that's why I didn't get very close. I mean, I just got up enough to where I could take a picture, and then I could zoom in later and send it. But I didn't want to get close to him. That's why I didn't even want to. That's why I didn't even think to take a picture of his face.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate your story.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Man, that's wild.
Glad
Thank you very much.
Didn't turn out worse.
It is 9:43.
The Todd and Don Show.